Alright, hey, how's it going? This is Styles from the Northside Game Crew again. Just, uh, just, just making a video about another episode of SCUM. I was playing it earlier and I made a video just to get back on the horse and start making videos. And I made a short video about being inside the dam, and of course it's like Murphy's Law. As soon as I logged off, it was getting pretty dark, and you guys wouldn't have been able to see what was going on because the game is pretty dark at night. And I got attacked by a zombie and I died, and I lost all my stuff. I tried respawning in the same sector, but I was like like as far as I possibly could have been, so I just kind of gave up on my stuff and left it there. And then I had the idea of, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll just show you guys how I get going when I am a fresh spawn or I die and I don't have enough fame points to get my stuff back. So I did spawn not in this exact point, but this is a good place I like to work from. It's a pretty newbie type of area, and that's kind of why I was gonna show you guys this. I spawned, pretty close to it, so I was like, hey, this is a good place, and I like to stash some stuff here, but I'll show you where I am in a little bit here. I did craft a spear, and I started near a location, and in that location, I did find some loot that was pretty good, and I'll show you guys it after I take care of this. I was trying to give you the jumpsuit, where you start once you've died and you're wearing the orange jumpsuit. And of course, you want to get rid of it because you look like a pylon, right? And you're going to be easy to shoot because you're orange. So we kind of want to get rid of this thing, as soon as we can. So what we're going to do here, we are going to try to find ourselves a knife because that's important. So we need to find, this is the first thing that I do every time that I start out. I craft myself a knife. What we need here is 2 rocks, and then you go up into the screen right here and craft yourself a stone knife. They're not very durable, but they're a good way to get going. You need essentially the knife to cut down bushes and trees and stuff like that, and it's how I instantaneously almost acquire a spear. So what we're going to do is we have this stone knife, and we're just going to put it here in our boots. And I know you don't normally start out with boots, but I did find them. So what we're going to do here is we're going to cut this rag into some strips. In a second here, we're going to get rid of the orange jumpsuit too, because it's just, not, it draws attention, and someone will shoot you. It's kind of one of the reasons I'm standing in the bush. So we're going to cut the shirt into rags. One thing you do have to be careful about is if you are in an area where it's like cold, you probably may not want to cut everything up right away because you could freeze yourself. So what I like to do in the beginning, because you only have so many pockets in your prison attire, I like to come over here and I like to make an improvised courier backpack. And what we need to do that is 3 rags and a length of rope, or improvised rope, or tree bark rope. So, and even wire, we can use a meter of wire. Twine, yeah. So we'll come back here in the inventory, and what we need is rag strips to make rope out of the rags. We're going to take one of these guys, cut it into another set of rag strips, and that should give us enough to make the rope. All the while you're doing this, you'll be gaining fame points that will help you purchase things in game, like building a base or securing a location. So come over here, and you see that this is now not highlighted anymore. We'll build our improvised rope. So we'll make the improvised rope, which should give us the materials to make the backpack. The backpack's important, of course, because you can carry stuff in it. I did find some of these rags, so I don't really need to shred my pants at the moment, and priority 1 will be finding pants. So I'm going to make this backpack. If you do shred your pants and your shirt, you definitely have enough material to make this bag, and it'll significantly help you out in the beginning of the game. There's always a lot of things that you may want to pick up, but if you only have 3 pockets, it's going to be hard to store them, right? So I advise this is just a good place to start, and it's going to give you a few fame points. It'll increase your crafting skill and your survival and things like that. So Just gonna drop that on our back. And now we've increased how much we can carry by, I don't know, like 12 slots, I think. So it's just a good little trick that you can do to find a storage spot. So what we're gonna do next, you guys probably notice that in the bottom left my energy is really low, and there's a little thing that comes on the screen every once in a while that says I'm starving. I was talking in the last video about how important metabolism is in this game, and you could run around and eat your fill of things like I don't know. I thought there'd be a mushroom over here, but there isn't. I don't know. There's a lot of mushrooms in the bushes, and there's things like strawberries and okra and just other things of that nature. They'll be laying around. You'll find them, but they don't give you like protein and fat. So what you need to do is go hunting and secure yourself an animal, or there are ways to find like MREs or there's like canned food. This cave is my little secret. It's a really good place to just kind of store stuff. Sometimes I'll make a box and I'll stash it here. It's not secure though, so don't fool yourself because people will come looking in these things. So for some short-term type of stuff, the cave's great. For long-term sustainability, it's probably not the best base to use. There are a lot of caves on the map though, so people may not necessarily be hunting in them all the time. So it does give you, a chance to establish yourself. So at the location I was at earlier, I did find a backpack, which is like ultra lucky finding these giant backpacks, and I did find some of this stuff on the ground. I happened to find a Hunter 85 in a tree stand, which is also pretty lucky, and I found a bunch of flares and a flare gun. So with all the stuff that I have, nothing too expansive. I did find myself a sweater, so we'll put that on so we stay warm. What I did want to show you guys is this raven that I killed, and basically the raven. Hey, this is a survival game. I'm gonna eat this guy like right now. Let's go pull him out. We're gonna chop that up. This guy's gonna give us some feathers also for when we start crafting a bow and some arrows to go along with it. We'll have feathers to put on our arrows, which help them fly faster and straighter and truer. So I'm just gonna take all the feathers, put them in the bag because we don't really need them at the moment. This cave also has a fireplace that came in it, so this is where I'm gonna cook my food, and I just chopped it up so we can do it one more time. I don't think you can eat the guts. So, yeah. That bag there, we're just going to leave it here because really, I don't need it. I found this bigger bag. I even have this like school bag, which I found, which is a little bigger than that bag we just made. But since I found the hiking backpack, I don't really need it. So we're going to just kind of leave it there. Don't worry, we're going to give it back in a minute here. We're just going to go make ourselves a skewer to cook our raven. So as you see in the top right hand corner, my fame points have been building, and I haven't really been doing like a whole lot. I'm going to make, I think I can make, I just need like a stick, so we're going to take this guy and we're going to put the knife back in our bag. I think I only need this guy, but maybe if we have room we'll take this one just in case. And I should be able to fit all the meat onto the skewer itself. Like I said, this is a good spot. It's not so easy to see, and when I'm just trying to like regroup or I'm caught in the area and it's raining, because this game, like, you'll get sick from being in the cold, so it affects your health. And you can see it says I'm starving in the left hand side there. It's because I don't have enough like protein in my diet. So you can see I butchered up this chicken, and I'm gonna make myself a skewer. Yeah. Inventory. There is the skewer. We'll place the skewer right there. Do I have anything to light a fire? I'm going to need to make a bow drill, I think. A fire drill. What do we need to make a fire drill? We need 2 sticks. So we're going to have to go back out there and find another large stick. Sometimes you get caught in here coming out, and there's some sort of clipping issue, I think. So I cut that tree up about here. And so crafting, I can make a bow drill because there's some small sticks left on the ground there. They say waste not, want not, right? So we're try to use as much as I can, and I try not to draw attention to the area I'm in if I can help it. So I try not to disturb foliage. If that bush in the front, somebody's well aware of this area, they see it's gone, well, that bush should have respawned at a certain point, right? So they know that that bush itself would only, be gone for so long. I'd come in here looking to see what was going on. So I can't remember how you tell if it's cooked or not. I'm sure it'll tell us, but this is good, right? Like I need to get some things in my metabolism here. As you can see, I'm short on B12 and B1 and B6 and vitamin E and K and calcium and magnesium and zinc, and I know the periodic table, but at the moment I can't recall what SE is. So yeah, like this game's about, keeping your guys healthy as you possibly can. At the top of the screen, it shows you how many calories I've taken in versus how many I'm burning, and I'm burning 3,000, but I've only taken in 1,000, right? So I'm not sure if this is cooked or not. Let's check it out. I don't know how to. Let's eat it all. Hopefully it was cooked. If it's not cooked, I may get sick. I don't know how to see it if I do a taste check. Yeah. I don't know how to taste check that. It used to tell you on the side of the screen, but it doesn't, so I'm not too sure. I think it is. If it was raw, it used to say it was raw, so I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, they changed some things in this game since I played it last. One thing fires are good for is warming up. If you're outside and it's raining, your guy could get like your grandmother says, he'll catch a cold for being out in the rain and being wet. So your guy, yeah, it does work like that. They get hypothermia is what happens. So I'm gonna just put that out. We don't really need that running right now, and we're gonna go into an area that I spawned near and where I found a lot of this stuff. I'll show you guys that, and hopefully, some of these tips help you get going when you're a fresh spawn, because this area is actually, I don't know, not a lot of the, a lot of the big PvP play happens at like the airfield and stuff. So he said this is kind of a slower part of the map, and it doesn't have like the best, loot, but it has some stuff that'll get you going. So I see another like Raven over there, and like I was telling you, this game's about survival. So I'm gonna shoot myself in the first player mode here. Oh, he flew away. Probably scared him. But yeah, this game's about survival, so you got to take your opportunities when I get it, or when you get them, and yeah, when you spawn in the beginning, it's going to be difficult finding a solid protein resource. So you won't find, typically you don't find guns very easily either. The other thing I'd like to caution you about is when you shoot a gun, not only do the other players on the server hear it, but the zombies do too. I like to jack my fame points at the same time, so I actually am partial to using a bow, an arrow. It's quiet, it's stealthy. The more you use it, the stronger your guy gets, and he'll, those compound bow is a pretty powerful tool in this game. So I think what we're gonna do is start over here, jump this. Is that lunch? Yeah, he's gonna keep going. So we're just gonna search this guy. Like I said in the last video, that person flying above me, or that machine flying above me, that's the camera bot it kind of is like the pretense of the game. This game's about being a prisoner on an island and trying to survive while being on like a type of game show type thing. So, that's how they, essentially watch, what's going on. We'll take that hat and how it works out. And some shotgun shells are always good. I feel like the Tech 9 or whatever it's called is like one of the most abundant guns in this game, or the M9 or something like that. It's a 9mm handgun. I think the second one is definitely a shotgun. I find them all over the place. There's two different shotguns. One's harder to find than the other. It's like a classic lever action type of shotgun, and the one that's pretty common was a classic pump, modern, or I shouldn't even say classic, it's more of like a modern pump shotgun. And you seem to find more of them in crates and stuff. Look at that. It's too bad you can't dual wield in this game, hey? I'm still gonna take it because it's... So what we're gonna do here is just do this. The game doesn't like you climbing up and down ladders with too much stuff in your hands, so just throw that down there. It's one of the reasons I like using the spear. It's a pretty versatile weapon. You can use it as a melee weapon, or you can just dome the guy like that. Oh, he tagged me. I'm like trapped in the corner. It definitely made the zombies tougher than they used to be. And with the way the game used to be, I totally like keep forgetting that the zombies are actually inside buildings, so I kind of scared myself a little bit there. We'll recover. Strip this guy down and take what he's got. Yeah, the zombies are quite a bit more difficult than they used to be, which is, in a way it's good. Like, you wanna play games that are somewhat challenging, so we're gonna just cut this guy into rags. And like I mentioned in the last video, it's always good to keep a couple rags on you. You get punched by a zombie, or you trip off of a ladder or whatever. It seems like in this game you'll die. So, or like you'll start bleeding out or whatever just by the smallest tap. Oh, and that was a woman. I thought I was getting beaten up by a man. Wow, I almost got my butt kicked really bad. Yeah, so it's, that's like some good advice I can say is like always ensure you have a bandage on you. What's this? A tactical sweater? Does this sit over top of my sweater? Yeah, I don't want that. We're gonna keep this guy on. There. So we got a little bit of gear on us. This is also a really good place to find MREs inside here. There's a can opener, which is that's alright. We may need that if we find a can. Until we find a better knife, we'll keep that can opener. These pots are really good for making some food. You know what? I got room in my inventory. I'm gonna take it. Because if I can put together enough corn, I can make myself some soup or something like that. Unless we find some stuff that is better to hold on than that thing, we'll keep it until we don't need it. So, yeah, it scared the crap out of me. Let's check these lockers. There's a lead plate. That's not really important until you get to the place where you can make bullets. So we got 2 of these guys. So that guy's in perfect condition. We're gonna cut that one into rags, and we're gonna make a rag bundle because it only takes up potentially 2 spots, or 2 of these small triangles. So we got like 4 of these in a rag strip. We should be able to craft a bundle. And then we just save some inventory space by doing that. It's a good little tip or trick to use. And then I'm gonna pick this other what are they called? Well, it's a scarf. We're gonna pick up this other scarf and put it in here, and I'm gonna hold on to that because it could be good for making more rags later. Because you never know when you're gonna get attacked or shot or even kicked by a zombie. So check out the rest of these tents. You never know what's in the garbage. See, I found a lead plate in the garbage. Gonna go in here and see if there's anything of use. You might not always see anything, but it's always good to just check the... And look at that, we found some pants. Better pants than the ones we have, so score. We'll drop those dirty zombie pants. Yeah, that's actually a really good find. So, I didn't see them in here. Typically I would have ran in here and not even seen them. So that's another trick that I use to locate loot. Sometimes things like clipping through the ground or whatever. And all that's in this one is a rag strip, so it's not really of too much use to us. Hey, look at that. There's a baseball bat and some bullets for an M1. We'll take those guys. I try to keep as many bullets as I can because you never know what type of gun you're gonna find. It's just the fact of this game. Oh wow, I have this like thing where I joke with people about this game where pants are the most difficult thing to find, and here we are. Found a vest and some pants. Those are some cool pants too. We'll look at rocking those ones after. So yeah, I think this is called like a camp. So like I was saying before, this is a really good spot to get a little loot in the beginning just to get geared up. This game's not forgiving and people will, kill you and take your stuff. So I'm just trying to do my best to help you guys out, get started, and it kind of sucks when like new people start a game and the people, like the community of the game, people just start killing you like as soon as you start playing it. And 5-pin, it's a 3-pin. We'll leave the 3-pin here. We'll take the 5-pin. And it turns new players off of games. And really, I would like an atmosphere where lots of people are playing. And like I said in the last video, I look forward to killing you all. But if you discourage new players away from playing the game, then the game in itself kind of becomes a little boring, and nobody wants that. So I guess it's called a little bit of gamer etiquette, right? Look at, wow, I don't think I can carry 3 hunters at once. Can I fit that anywhere here? But what I can do, where did the bow go? Did it end up on the ground? hunters thing. Where did that go? Okay, I'm not like losing my mind, am I? That. Okay, that's crazy. It's just kind of sitting there. So actually, what we're gonna do is drop one of these hunters down here because I don't need really 322s. They're not very powerful guns to begin with, so. Crazy. That was weird too. I can see that they haven't fixed totally everything in this game, but they have fixed a lot of the issues that, you know, might have been a problem before. Do I keep the baseball bat? Nah, drop the baseball bat. Take that, and yeah, so this has kind of just been a little short session on how to get going, how to gear up, how to even start. Like, I've watched other people stream, and it looks like they struggle so much when they don't even craft a small stone knife in the beginning of the game, and they don't craft a backpack, and they ditch all their orange clothes right off the bat, and then they'll get like bumped by a zombie like 5 minutes after respawning, and then they're dead and they lost all their fame points. So this is a good way to ensure that you hold on to some of the fame points that you earned. My guy seems not to be starving anymore, which is a really positive thing. Another thing that's really important is making sure your guy's getting some clean drinking water, or, well, if there's a water source here, I don't think yet that you can catch anything, but they have optimized the game a little bit and they may have changed some stuff. But yeah, having being hydrated is important in this game too. So that being said, yeah, this getting killed by the zombie after I finished my last video just really inspired me to make another short video about how to get going in the game. It's a survival game. It's not supposed to be easy, but some of these little tips and tricks that I showed you, I hope they help you out. And look, through like one session of like running in there, I got some pretty good stuff. I found two rifles, which is actually pretty rare, especially two of the same kind rifle. But that just shows how I could leave this area now and feel pretty confident that I have some protection with some of the stuff that I found. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. This is Scott with their source. This is Styles with the Northside Game Crew, and I hope you like, share, follow, subscribe, like us, tell other people about us, and if you enjoyed this, leave a comment, and we look forward to putting out more videos in the future, and everybody watching. So I hope you all have a great evening, and yeah, check out SCUM. It's a great game. Stay frosty.